What's good, YouTube? Chris from Team Innovation here, presenting today. I'm Paul from Team APS YGO channel. Thank you, Paul. It's always an honor presenting your channel. And today's discussion will be about why I believe it's more beneficial to play a rogue deck versus playing a meta deck. So without further ado, let's begin. Starting by saying playing rogue decks help you minimize your play errors. And what I mean by that, you guys might be thinking, well, when you're playing a meta deck, a lot of people can play error without know it and still win. Prime example of this will be players blind spacing while they have a big beefy board and forgetting that they don't even have an OTK on the field. Cliff off players, paying too many life points. I mean, the list can go on. Shout out players going dingo, they don't have game. The list can go on. And when you're playing a rogue deck, you can't afford that. Like, you know dang well that your deck gets it's 1 to 2 to 3 card combos. You're only gonna get it off once, and when you get it off once, you have to kill your opponent. Prime example of this will be Mendoches on how I believe some of the most skillful players in this previous formats played Mendoches, or the people who played Mendoches and actually did pretty good with them. There were a guy at my regionals where you can see the deck profile on my channel. He came 20th place with Mendoches in this crazy format, which is insane. And the reason why he did it was because he had a lot of main deck tech and he minimized his play errors and capitalizing on his opponent's play errors who are playing these big beefy decks. So when you're playing a rogue deck, you realize that you can't play errors often and you memorize your combos down to a T, where it's like no matter what situation you in, you know what you have to do versus your opponent just going through their herp derp combo and not minimizing their plays. Not saying every player is like that, but 9 times out of 10, somebody's playing meta, unless they're like a known pro who top consistently, they play error a lot with the deck. I see it all the time at locals and regionals and at big events. So my number one reason was playing rogue decks help you minimize your play errors. My number two reason is deck building. Playing rogue decks make you a way better deck builder than the average player. Like, you have to take cards from a deck that are combo based or might not even be combo based and make them work in conjunction to fight the meta, which is not always the easiest task. A prime example of this will be my gadget deck back in the Fire Fist format, where I had to pilot it to a T, main deck tech cards like Trap Holes, and being one of the first players to actually use Trap Tricks Mermelio in their deck, and realizing how good that was through tons of testing, I might add, versus the Fire Fist deck. And honestly, it got me to my first YCS finish, which was really good. And now when I build decks, I have no problem with building decks because I go through the trial and error of making a deck that was considered bad work for me. And if I take a look at a meta deck now, I can not only build a meta deck, I can innovate it, which is why I name my channel Team Innovation Yu-Gi-Oh, because we are all innovators in our own way. So, but playing a rogue deck, it helps you be a better deck builder. And if you just play a rogue deck for a little while and go back to playing a meta deck, it'll benefit you in the long run because you know how to tech cards and know what to look out for. You might even see what the future meta might be like way before anyone else do, and it helps you become a better player at the game. So my number two reason, once again, was deck building. And last but not least, playing rogue decks help you adapt to the game better. You survive better in crazy formats like this, at least on a local level. A prime example of this will be people who only play decks like Cleves and BA. Now, this don't apply to everyone because some people are just talented like Patrick Hoban or Billy Brake. But for the average player who's just playing meta decks consistently over and over and over again, when the format changed, they don't know what to do. I know a lot of players who are in my locals who are good players, but every time the format changes, they don't know what they're playing. They just wait to see what wins and just copy that. And honestly, that's the sheep mentality, because if you don't know how to adapt, overall, you're not going to survive in this game. You're not going to top events consistently. You might get a regionals here and there, but you're not going to be one of those consistent players because you don't know how to adapt to your environment. All you do is just copy, paste, copy, paste. So by playing a rogue deck, if you're like one of those players who play your black wings through every format and do decent at it, if you pick up a meta deck, you'll be slaughtering people. And that's just coming from experience from playing multiple different card games. So I grew up playing card games since I was 12. Like, I played Pokemon, Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh! Versus, but we're not talking about that right now. So yeah, playing Rogue versus playing meta, Rogue helps you adapt because you find out more tech cards, and overall, that reconverts back into your deck building. So those are all my 3 reasons why I believe playing Rogue benefits you more than playing Meta. If you guys have any reasons that you might have thought of that I didn't mention, let me know down in the comment section. Let me know in the comment section down below. And also, if you guys enjoyed this video and want to see more of my type of content, which is all competitive based, go over to my channel where I do tons of competitive content. And I try to upload at least 5 videos weekly because I have a goal as a YouTuber to help you guys become better players. This was Chris from Team Innovation Yu-Gi-Oh! And I am signing out. Rate, comment, and subscribe to me. And also rate, comment, subscribe to Paul because he's a good YouTuber. All right, guys. And I'm out. Deuces. Have a good day. Bang.